Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to and for you. Um, so we getting ready to do the Rising Wisdom to start your day. Okay. It's Friday. It's Friday. We made it to Friday. William, let me borrow $1, cuz. Let me hold, son. What's going on? How you feeling? I feel free. I feel free. What he meant. You should see that. Man, y'all, it's snowing like crazy. 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 Okay, so okay. You've been studying? I know that's right. Cheers to that. Let's toast to that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm great. I'm wonderful. Oh, that was good. Oh, man. I'm wonderful, darling. Thank you for asking. It's 10:10 on the clock. District of Columbia, good morning to you. I am great. And how are you? Thank you. Thank you. In here crazy. In here crazy. Okay. So if you're new, go visit the playlist section, okay? All of the videos can be found in the playlist section. There are 6 playlists. 6. 6. Not 5. I said 5 the other day. I was so wrong. It's 6. I gotta get used to it. It's a lot. There's a lot going on over there. Visit the playlist section, okay? I do not offer readings. Don't email me and ask because it's going to be ignored, okay? I do, however, offer one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions, and those are $55 per hour and discounted for my members, though, okay? FYI. So when you see on their online discount on the membership tier, because there's only one membership tier now. So when you see the online discount on there, that's what that is for. Of course, it'll be a special code that I'm going to drop in the membership section after I finish putting my website together. So it will be for the entire website, not just for the one-on-one coaching sessions. Okay. So the code will be for everything, not just one thing. FYI. Okay. Oh, thank you. And I'm not getting up to pick that up. No, I'm not. No, 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 no. Okay, so tried to get Okay, so I'm getting ready to do the positive affirmation for today. Okay, so a positive affirmation. Okay. Just say it a little louder for the people in the back that like to jump in the chat. Well, it should be less of that now because, you know, we got a upgraded moderator. Ooh, I thought that lady was gonna hit that pole, but y'all, it's snowing so bad. Oh, I had a message to give last night. I was supposed to do it with last night's topic, but I didn't get on last night. I was tired. Sis had to go get some rest, okay? Because my kids had me cooking, and then we was watching my favorite movie, Sister Act 2. That's one of my favorite movies. So yeah, I just want to relax. But what I am going to do is combine last night's topic with tonight's topic. Okay, we're going to do that. So we're going to combine last night's topic with tonight's topic. Okay, if that's your name, then it doesn't matter. Hello, darling. Okay, I'm gonna get the affirmation for you guys. But yes, tonight we are gonna combine last night's topic with tonight's topic, and that's because I didn't do it last night. Okay, but the message that I was guided to give last night, I'm gonna give it tonight. Okay, and it was be careful what you wish for. All right, be careful what you wish for. Now, in regards to that message, it was you know how we've been talking about since the beginning of the year, okay? Since the start of the year, we've been talking about learning how to pray. Okay? So I've been trying to I'm trying. So, we've been talking about learning how to pray, right? Meditate, whatever it is you prefer to do. Okay? Hello, Helix. Why you want me to say your name so bad? Say my name, say my name. Okay. Shout out to your mommy. Tell your mommy I said hey. I don't like when people try. Yeah, William, because ain't nobody got time. Listen, y'all. You don't have to pay me to shout you out. You don't have to say anything to me for me to shout you out. I'm going to acknowledge you as I see you come in to the chat. The only way I won't acknowledge you respectfully, long as you're respectful, okay? The only way I won't acknowledge you coming into the chat is if I don't see it, if I'm speaking, because when I'm speaking and I'm into what I'm speaking, baby, listen. I don't pause until I'm done. So, the only way I won't acknowledge you coming into the chat is if you're disrespectful, if you do things like what this individual just did, or if you just come in being all provocative and with your unwanted solicitations and things of that nature, then I'm going to remove you. Or a moderator will remove you. Either way, you gonna get the boots, baby. Cause no. I like to keep it peaceful and respectful over here. So I acknowledge those who come in respectfully. I acknowledge them respectfully. Okay? And we continue on about our check. All right? Okay. So when you do things like what this individual just did, it makes me feel like you're trying to do something else. I'm not oblivious to a lot of things. Okay? I know better. Okay? Okay? Don't look at me and jump on my channel and assume that I don't know anything spiritual, anything. Don't assume. Because I don't know everything. But there's a whole lot that I do know. Okay? All right. Now, to whomever that individual was, you have a blessed day. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day, baby. Now, but I do want to say this. Go back to where we was at. All right? Be careful what you wish for. All right? Meaning, when you're in prayer or meditation, and you asking God or you asking the universe to do this for you, do that for you, bless you with this, bless you with that, you can't be upset at what shows up and how it shows up. It may not show up the way you thought it would show up, but when it shows up, you kind of got to be mindful. Okay? So God is very intentional. All right? And this is why I tell y'all, you have to be very intentional with your prayers. Very specific. Okay? Because, say for example, you pray for love or a relationship, right? Say you pray for a spouse, okay? God gonna give you a love and a relationship. And maybe a spouse too, right? But are you praying for an understanding love, long lasting, longevity, peaceful? It matters. So don't be upset at what you're given if you're not being intentional in your prayers and meditations. Okay? You're going to have to roll with the punches, baby. And then you're going to have to try to more than likely figure it out. But God is very intentional. So you got to be very intentional with the words that you speak out. You know how you get upset and you're so quick to say this, that, the third, whatever pop in your mind with no chill. You got to have that same type of energy when you're praying. You got to have that same energy when you telling God what you feel like you need, or you telling God what you feel like you want. God might even try to stop you. God might even send you. Some might show up like what you think you want. But that ain't what you want. That's what you think you want. But you're going to see something in what it is you thought you wanted. You're going to see something in what it is you thought you wanted. And that's going to make you refocus and be like, okay, hold on. No, that ain't, no. No, God, no. That ain't what I want. I changed my mind. I want it this way. I want it this way. I want it that way. I want it like this. You got to be specific. You got to be specific. You got to be intentional with your words. Very specific in your prayers, in your meditations, in your thoughts. Because everything starts with a thought. So you just something to think about. But that was the message I was guided to give last night. Be careful what you wish for. Okay? Be a little more intentional in your prayers. I'm going to get the affirmation for y'all. Hey, Mr. Jackson. Oh, well, thank you, Helix. Helix. With gift and chat. Hello, Kelly Bowman. Well, thank you. I love your girl. I love your girl. Who is that? The Dream? Don't he got a song to be like, I love your girl? The Dream? He do. I love your girl. Alexa, play I Love Your Girl by The Dream.
I Love Your Girl by The Dream on Amazon Music.
Alexa, volume up one. Yeah, that's that song. Alexa, volume up one. Might wanna rap, but she'll make you sing. Yes, I ain't heard this song in years. What's the affirmation for today? Tolerance. I'm not gonna take this because we just got this the other day, okay? Be mindful of what you're accepting and what you are allowing in your life. Woo! Alexa, pause really quick. Someone is allowing and accepting something because they feel like it's what they prayed for or what they asked for. That's what I just heard. Tolerance is what slipped out, but I said we ain't gonna take that because we just got it the other day. So I'm going to get another affirmation. I'm going to shuffle again, get another affirmation. Yeah. Criticism at the top, wisdom at the bottom. They said you know better. Listen now. Yesterday, was it yesterday's Rising Wisdom to start your day? I believe it was. Helix, these are affirmation cards. This is an affirmation deck. It's full of positive affirmation. No, they are not tarot cards. They're affirmation cards. I don't have any tarot cards. I don't own any tarot cards, okay? I haven't touched tarot cards in well over a year, okay? I did used to do readings. However, no, I don't offer readings anymore. But look, though, right? And if somebody said, and if she did, I could hear somebody saying that. And if she did, oh, that's funny. Really? That's crazy, William. Let me see. Enchanted Star, Grand Horizon, love. I don't understand why not. You still on there as the manager. That's weird. Happy Friday, honey. Let me see. Little mama saw him. Little mama stay fly. White beard in the denim. I used to love wearing beaters with jeans with some heels. I used to love it. She keep me so high. Yeah, look at shawty. Okay, let me do it. Man, look at shawty Okay, I just removed it. Now I'm gonna redo it. That's crazy why it's doing that. Okay, I just redid it, William. And thank you for the super chat, honey. Honey, honey, honey. Helix, why are you counting my gifts and things in my chat? That is very weird. Okay. Is it working? Or let me give you some time, honey. Okay, Enchanted Star. We'll toast to that. Cheers. We'll toast to that. Okay, so look, right? The message I just got to give was that someone is tolerating. Listen, nah. I ain't supposed to be cussing. I heard piss poor behavior. Somebody is tolerating someone's piss poor behavior, criticism, harsh criticism, not constructive criticism. Okay. D. Anderson, please be out, baby, because we don't spam or scam over here. And we don't need your type of energy floating around, baby. Have a blessed day. Oh, well, they got you before I could. I was. Thank you. I was coming. Oh. Have a blessed day, though, okay? Don't let the door hit you. All right, so listen. The message that I got is somebody is tolerating piss poor behavior, harsh criticism, not constructive criticism. Somebody talks to somebody very, very disrespectfully. Okay, like very disrespectfully. She might want to stop. It's what goes around. Somebody could have met their match, and not in a good way. It's not a good match. It's a good karmic duo. Okay, is what is given. But it's okay to accept people for where they are and still move on. Okay? It's okay to accept people for who they are and still move on. It's okay to accept that some don't want to change, are very comfortable in who and what they are. Okay? Please understand that you cannot change someone. You cannot change their behavior. You cannot change their ways. You can motivate them. You can encourage them. And you can try to guide and assist them into having better behaviors, better ways, and a more positive outcome. Okay? You can motivate and encourage, honey. You can't do the work for them. You can't do the work for people. You can't. Okay. When it comes to healing and being better individuals, That individual has to do the healing work themselves, for themselves. You can get guidance, you can get assistance, you can have resources, and all of the above. Okay, and that's a great thing. However, if you are not doing the work yourself, it's gonna be rough, because nobody can do the work for you. Do the work yourself. And if you trying to help somebody do the work, you can't do the work for them. They have to do the work themselves. Just like you had to go through what you went through and heal through what you healed through, they got to do the same thing if they want to do the work. Everyone has a choice. They don't have to do the work. They don't have to heal. They don't have to do anything that they don't want to do or don't feel comfortable doing. They have that choice. That's their free will choice. But don't kill yourself trying to help somebody that don't want to be helped. Okay? But somebody is tolerating some bad behavior or very horrible, disrespectful behavior because it's what they prayed for. So you could be in a, say you like in a relationship with a person, right? And maybe you prayed to have children or something, and you got children out the situation. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. But to tolerate some stuff just because you have children with the person, that's not part of the blessing. That's not part of the blessing. God giving you what you wanted and what you desired didn't. This is why you got to be specific. Now, this is what I was just talking about. Perfect example of what I was just talking about in regards to being specific and intentional in your prayers. Because you could have prayed for a family, you could have prayed for children, and you ended up with I ain't supposed to be cussing. And you ended up with a monster on your hands. A little psycho or something. You know, you could have ended up with. Listen, I know. I know how that go. I've been through it. I've been through that. So I know. I know. You know? I'm telling you, remove yourself. Because that type of situation don't get better. And men go through abuse just like women go through abuse. Okay? So, male or female. It's men out here that get abused by women. So, quit. Listen. Ooh, don't get me started. Let me get the other affirmation for y'all. Protect yourself. I'm going to say that. If this is what you're dealing with, be it in a friendship, relationship, partnership, protect your energy, protect yourself, and protect your peace. And if this is someone you have children with who is disrespectful like this, and you allow this person to speak to you like this in front of your children, it's not gonna just affect you. It's gonna affect your children. I'm telling you what I know. I've never not seen it happen. Not in my own situation, not in other situation. People be so quick to want to argue and fight and do this in front of these kids. It damages the child. It damages the child. I told y'all this. If you knew here, you wouldn't know. But I said this. I'm sure I've said it several times on my channel because I explained to y'all my situation in regards to the abuse I was dealing with. And my son being the person that asked me to leave that person, which was his dad. He asked me to leave his daddy. I would have still probably been there trying to get my ass whooped, trying to figure it out and help and try to make it right and I couldn't do nothing to make that situation better. It wasn't nothing I could do to make that situation better. I was already a good person in a horrible situation. It wasn't nothing I could do to make that situation better. I couldn't save that person. I couldn't change that person. I couldn't help that person do a thing. So I'm telling you, you may think you doing your children a favor by sticking around abuse, disrespect, and all type of low vibrational negative energy, but it bleeds off into your children. Okay? So you got to choose to break that generational curse. If that's something you've always seen, and you've always seen toxic relationships and unhealthy marriages and unhealthy this and unhealthy that, break that curse. It might just be meant for you to break that curse and not tolerate what you're tolerating. Okay? Find you some support. Find you people who genuinely support you. Gravitate towards them. Tell them your situation or something. I don't know, but do something. Because it don't help you none. It don't help your children either. Okay? It definitely does hurt them though. It hurts them. It traumatizes them and it damages them. And it could also even cause them issues in their own love life. So just be mindful and ask yourself, do you really want your children to live and accept the things that you're living in and accepting? Because that was something I asked myself. Do I really want my kids to grow up in this? Do I really want my kids to have to deal with these same issues that I was dealing with? I had to be real with myself. I had to really be real with myself and ask myself that. So I'm telling you, look, fear. Now that's so crazy because this was that be careful what you wish for message I was guided to give last night, but I didn't get on here last night, so I didn't give it. But our topic last night, and I said I'm going to do the topic with tonight's topic. Our topic last night, I'm going to read it to you. Letting fear silence you and living with excuses. That was our topic for last night. Letting fear silence you and living with excuses. Take it how it resonates. Okay. Hello, Eric Moore. Hey, Bryce. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. You said a lot of people leaving just out of the boredom, too. A lot of people leaving just out of boredom, too. So many split up households. People need to respect the ones they start families with. And they don't. I'm telling you. You got to, if you young, baby, listen. If you young and you haven't had a child or you don't have a child yet, be careful. Be mindful. Be careful. Be mindful of who you choose to have children with. Because just be careful. Be mindful. Pick with wisdom. Okay? Don't pick out of fear. Don't pick out of boredom. Don't pick out of loneliness. Don't pick out of trauma. Don't pick out of trauma bonding. Don't do that to yourself because you're going to end up with something that's going to mirror exactly what you need to heal within yourself. You're going to end up choosing a mirror, a reflection of you that is not so good or decent that you're going to have to heal within yourself. I'm telling you. Or you end up more than likely with an abuser, a narcissist, a manipulator. I'm telling you, choose wisely, baby. And no, It's easy to say that, but it's easy for me to say it now because I've been through it. Okay. So, yes, it's a little easier for me to say it now because I went through it. I had to heal through it. I had to do the work through it. So, I tell y'all all the time, I got married because I thought I had to, because I thought that's what God wanted me to do. And that thought came from my mother and my father getting a divorce and not being together. That's where that thought came from. Because with me and two of my other siblings, my mother and father was married. Craziest marriage ever. Me and those two other siblings all had crappy relationships, abusive relationships, toxic dynamics. That's what we grew up in. The only example of a good marriage was my grandma Gloria and my great aunt. That I talk about all the time. My baby. But yeah. And so we did get an examples of good and bad. I always tell people I had the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds. Because I've seen it multiple ways. The cheating, the bad, the good, and the horrible. I've had it every which way. I've seen it every which way. So I got married out of fear and thinking I was supposed to, and I had to get married because God gave me children by this person. No, my children are truly a gift and truly gifted. However, the person, baby, listen, all hell. I'm telling you, pure hell. But I did that to myself. Young, and I didn't want to go back home. And my mama talked to this man and left me at his house. That's how I ended up with this man. That's how I ended up with the man. That was it. Met him through a friend. We was at a house next door to him, and I went to his house with my friend, and we spent the night at his house, which is his family though, his family, and we spent the night at his house because it was right next door, and nobody wanted to leave. It was late. We was over there chilling, but no, we didn't want to. It was right there, so we go to sleep. I'm for end up there. I ended up there because I didn't want to go back home for a significant reason. I didn't want to go back home. My mama ended up finding out where I was. She came. She talked to him. Whatever their conversation was, I ended up there. I'm telling you, be careful. Because my mama did, at the time, she cared about me, but my mama didn't know how to love me at that time. She didn't know how to love me. She was heavy in the streets, baby. So you gotta heal from what pain you hold on to prevent you from going down that same road. Because God gonna take you back through it. Now, it may not have been your situation. It may have been your parents. It may have been your grandparents. It may have been your aunts, your uncles, your cousins. It may have been their lifestyle. But it's something about those people's lifestyle that rubbed you the wrong way or caused you to go through some type of traumatic experience that you have to heal. It's something that broke you, your heart, your sacral energy. You have to heal that. Heal that, work on that. If you don't have any to heal, that's great. That's a blessing. But don't get caught up in these terrible situations, relationships, marriages from brokenness. Because it happens way too often. Way too often. Don't get caught up in that. Don't you running from person to person to person to person to person because you feel like it's the thing to do because your uncle did it, your daddy did it, your mama did it, your whoever did it. Such and such was a player. You want to be a player too because they're running the family. Such and such was a hoe, so you want to be a hoe too because they're running the family. Such and such was a pimp, so you want to be a pimp too because they're running the family. Break the curse. Stop it at you. Let you be where it ends. Okay? Let you be the end of that curse. Stop it with you. You can do it. I'm telling you, you can. Because I stopped a whole lot right here with me. I took the time to do the work and heal and go within to see what was causing me to think like this, what was causing me to be this way, what was causing me to have this type of attitude, what type of resentment was I holding on to that was preventing me from moving forward the way I know I'm supposed to be. It's you gotta really think and be real with yourself though. You can't be like, you can't look at your own trauma and your own pain on a surface level. You have to really go within, really go within, really be real with yourself. Ask yourself questions. Have a conversation with yourself. It's okay. Ask yourself questions, even if you have to write them down. Even if you have to write the questions down, write them down. But that's your path to figuring out what's broken in you so you can heal from it. What's causing you to make decisions based off fear? Because if you living in fear or you doing things out of fear, you don't have faith. You can't have faith and fear together. So you gotta choose. You can't have faith and fear together though. So if you making decisions based out of fear, or you making decisions from a hurt space, or you're making decisions based off of things you have not healed or tried to heal, you're going to hurt yourself. Your journey is going to be hard. It's going to be complicated. It's going to be rough. You're not going to allow yourself to live in your full potential, in your purpose, and you're not going to allow that. It's not going to be nothing else somebody else does. It's going to be you. Because if you feel like somebody else is holding you back, if you feel like somebody else is doing this and doing that, remove yourself from them. It's that simple. Remove yourself. And if you scared of removing yourself, go through a process. Create a plan. I said this last time we talked about getting away from abusers and things of that nature. Create you a plan. Don't just sit there and soak in your pain and misery and cry and cry and cry about it. You got to take action and do something about it. You have to put in the work and do something about it. Or you just going to keep living and repeating that same cycle. Because you're going to think, oh, well, if you leave that person, you can just go ahead and go to another. No. If you leave that person, you take some time and heal. Sit your... I ain't supposed to be cussing. Sit your butt down. Sit down and do the healing work. Sit to yourself for a year or two or a few. Okay? To yourself in solitude and do the healing work. Sometimes it take longer than others, depending on what you've been through. I told you I sat in solitude for 3 years. 3 years. For 3 years straight, I didn't do nothing. I went to work, I went to school, and I went to the library every week. I would walk. The library was like down the street from my house, a couple blocks from my house. So I would walk to the library every week, get 7 books, and read those 7 books every single week. Every day I finished a new book. Every day I read a new book. Every single day I read a book and finished it. So it's up to you what you gonna do, how you gonna do, and what you want to do. It's a choice. I'm just saying. It's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to spend time with yourself. That's how you get to know you better. That's how you get to learn to love you better. That's how you gonna love you better. You need time to yourself. If you spent your whole life around other people, trying to help other people, serving other people, servicing other people, doing whatever it is for other people, ask yourself what you do for yourself. Do you spend time with yourself? Do you take yourself out on dates? Do you entertain yourself? Are you able to laugh with yourself? Cause baby, listen, I'll be floating around here telling all the jokes by myself and laughing. Cause I low key should have been a comedian, but I'm saying that to say enjoy your own time. Enjoy your own energy. Get to know yourself. Build on who you are as an individual. Take that time to do that for you. Okay? That's going to also help you learn what you like, what you don't like, and your likes, loves, and everything you want won't be based off of what someone else likes or needs. Okay? It will be strictly based off of what you want, what you desire for yourself. I feel like rant over. Huh? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? William, huh? Hold on, let me go up. Let me go up. Let me go up. Ooh, Bryce, you right about that. People will talk a good game until it's time to live up to what they said. Okay, hold on. Oh, William, I know you was divorced too. You know why people be scared of stability? Because they ain't never had it. Scared of stability, structure, because they ain't never had it. Some like to live in chaos. They comfortable there. But you can't grow. You can't grow if you don't come out your comfort. William, this low key just pissed me off. Like what? A hot dog in the fucking microwave? Oh my goodness, I ain't supposed to be cussing. Punched you when she was pregnant. Man. Okay. He said it's easier to get rich than keep a relationship going these days. Okay. Hello, Rivera, Artho, fear, power, refinement, acknowledge, born, equality of the air. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. William, you're right about that. They love attention in large crowds, and it gets them absolutely nowhere. Hello, Don Dada. I know that's right. That's crazy. You know what's so crazy? To hit a person while you pregnant is insane to me. And maybe it's insane to me. Man, that's crazy. And I remember how I found out I was pregnant. This is crazy. Hey Derek DPC. But how you feeling? Where you been? How I found out I was pregnant with my 18-year-old son. Um I had gotten to a fight and my body felt so weird after the fight. Like I fought this girl cuz she wouldn't get out my house. She just like she laid ass naked on my furniture, and after I told her repeatedly, she couldn't come in my house. So I dragged her out by her feet and whooped her ass and left her in the field. She was very disrespectful. My children was in the house. So, but I ended up finding out I was pregnant after that. But how I ended up knowing was because after I was like, the girl fell and I was standing over her. And the amount of pain and pressure I felt in my stomach, I was like, something ain't right. I said, something ain't right. Ain't no way I'm about to start a fight and I know I'm pregnant. Because it hurt. It hurt. That hurts. That hurt. Ain't no way. That's stupid as hell. That's pure fuck. I ain't supposed to be cussing. That's stupid. Because not only are you gonna jeopardize the child's life, one, and then your body goes through all types of pain. And then after that, I ended up I pulled the ligament on my uterus. The most excruciating pain I've ever felt. Ever. I could barely walk. And I was just like, But that, I ain't starting no fight pregnant. That's crazy. That I ain't doing. Ain't never did. But the amount of pain your body go through in a fight when you now that even with my the person I was married to, when I was pregnant, he dragged me downstairs. He he did all types of stuff to me. Stomped me out, kicked me down some stairs. He did a lot. But the only thing I could ever do was ball up. I used to ball up and wrap my arms around my stomach. That was my only way. But that shit used to hurt so bad. So to just be fighting and you pregnant is crazy to me. That's like these women fucking weird. Like I not in a good way either. And I ain't supposed to be cussing. But it's even just thinking about it cuz I see like when I see pregnant women fucking smoking, do you know how mad I get? Like I really be mad. Like I be heated and I can't say nothing. I can't do nothing. God just be like, that ain't your child, that ain't your body. I be pissed. When I see pregnant women smoking or drinking, man, what? I be pissed. I'm talking about enraged. My shit. I be on fire because I hate that. Like how? How you do that? How? Your body, the stages of pregnancy and what your body goes through in those stages. How are you consuming alcohol, drinking liquor, hanging out, and even right after you had a baby? After you had a baby. If you can't even breastfeed your child because you too busy at the damn bar. You at the bar, you getting drunk. You can't breastfeed your child like that. Cause if you breastfeed your child and you drinking, you're gonna mess your child up. Crazy. That's crazy to me. And I be mad. Cause I know what breastfeeding do. I breastfed all my kids. All of them. The only one I had issues with was my youngest. And baby, he was just greedy. And he's still greedy. He still eat a whole lot. But I know what breastfeeding do. I breastfed all mine. So I know what it do. But it's the fact of women stupid. I'm not all, but it's some dumbass women out here. Cause the things you do to your body, and just cause you get pregnant, don't make you it don't make you a mother. Getting pregnant don't make you a mother. When I was pregnant, I educated myself on pregnancy because I didn't have somebody next to me saying, well, don't do this. You do this like this. Do that like that. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. I didn't have that until my third pregnancy. And it was his grandmother. We was like this. She taught me a whole lot that I didn't even know through the first two pregnancies. But she was there. My mama couldn't teach me that stuff. Because my mama, she barely took care of me. So she probably could have told me something. But my mindset at the time, my mama couldn't tell me nothing. And she couldn't tell me nothing because she didn't take care of me. That's how I used to feel. That's how I was. But my grandma Gloria, when I would talk to her and when she would visit me, she'd tell me stuff to do and not to do. Um, but most of my information on motherhood and how to nurture and how to doctor your child, how to be your child's doctor, that came from my son's grandmother. She taught me a lot. That lady taught me how to sew. You hear me? Like she taught me a lot. She was a mother figure to me. So I never would take that away from her. And I always had a strong respect for her for that because of that. And then when I finally got away from my abuser, She was the one that took us in, me and my kids. She was the one that took us in, hid us in her house. She hid us. It was serious, I'm telling you. And that's why people be like, "Oh, just leave the abuser." Mm-mm. In most situations, you can't just leave the abuser. And when you do, that's why I say create a plan. Because when you do leave the abuser, they tend to keep coming. They keep coming. They keep coming. They keep showing up. Because mine showed up everywhere I went. I had to hide in her house until I found me a place. And then when I found me a place, I would never go outside. I never went outside unless it was for an appointment. And he ended up finding me there because he paid somebody. He paid my brother, my oldest brother, that most recently passed away. He paid him to tell him where I was at. And he told him, and he came, took my truck, took the stuff in the truck, floating around the city in the truck, and then dropped the truck back off when he was done with it, with all the windows rolled down, uh, and a note in the truck. I said, "This month, crazy, crazy." It blows my mind because I be like, instead of these people will do you wrong. These how abusers, manipulators, narcissists, and they come in all shapes, forms, sizes, in both genders. So let's not excuse that because I know some women who are narcissistic as hell. Okay, my mama was one. But these people, they follow you. They follow you. They on your heels every which way you go. When I say this man, he got so good to where the girl he cheated on me with, she was a prostitute. She was a prostitute, a known prostitute. And he cheated on me with her and got her pregnant and thought he was going to keep me. I wasn't having sex with him because I knew he was cheating with a prostitute. So he would tell all his friends, like, she don't have sex with me and she don't this. And I would tell them, I'm not. I'm not. I wouldn't dare because I know what he doing. So no, I didn't. And then I couldn't be attracted to you because you abusive. I'm not attracted to abusers. I watched my mom be abused. I'm not attracted to abusers. I watched my mom abuse other people, including my siblings and myself. So I'm not attracted to abusers in no type of way. I don't wish no good on you, on no abuser. You better know it. Not no good. So I ain't attracted to that. I couldn't I couldn't even sit around him. My stomach would hurt at the sight of him. I couldn't sit around him. I couldn't be around him. I would literally sit in another room, go upstairs or go downstairs. Wherever he was, I was exiting the room. I didn't like him as a person. I didn't love him. I didn't have not a care for him. So it was, and he created that. He created that dislike for him with his abuse. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That man followed me everywhere I went, paid people to watch me, paid people to keep tabs on me, paid people to tell him where I was at. Mm-mm. Well known, everybody loved him so much, but he's a horrible individual behind closed doors and always has been. And I would never, I don't bite my tongue to tell him. Yeah, I told him I forgive him. I showed him that I forgave him. But I don't bite my tongue to tell him who he is. Because it rubbed off on my children. And the type of relationship he has now with them is because of his ways. And he don't see it. He don't see it. He ain't going to see it until it's too late. But that's on him. Okay, William, take care, honey. Yes, they love to put them tracking devices on people. Yes, they do. I'm telling you. But nah, uh-uh. Mm-mm. I don't support no abusers. I don't care what the form of abuse is, manipulation, narcissism. I don't support none of that shit. None of it. None. Kick dirt. All us, yes. And that ain't hate. I really hope you heal. I hope all abusers heal. Because it ain't okay. You can't undo your actions, but you can heal whatever is broken in you and try to be a better individual. Yeah. But part of you healing requires you to speak the truth and speak your truth and live in your truth. No abuser is willing to live in their truth. None. None. You know why? Especially if they have narcissistic traits on top of it. Because living in their truth, they fear that it would destroy their character and how the world sees them. And that's more important to them than them healing. Y'all, I was going to get another affirmation, but this went over an hour. And it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to. It wasn't supposed to. Mm-mm. This one got too long. Titty monster, that is funny. Hello, Grammy. Hello, Michael Clark. Hey, Adrian Smith. Yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. You can create a plan to get away from abusers. I don't know. I guess that was the. I guess that was it, y'all. Because yeah, yeah, they said be careful what you wish for. We leaving it there, cause dang. But your healing is your responsibility. It's not your manipulator's responsibility. It's not your abuser's responsibility. It's not your parents' responsibility. It's not your grandparents' responsibility. It's not anyone's responsibility but yours. Your healing is your responsibility. Okay? Okay. Acknowledge how you feel about your trauma. It's okay. Acknowledge how you feel about your trauma. Acknowledge the things that you've been through so you can heal it, so you can work through it, so you can get through it, and you can live better. Okay? Allow yourself to live better. You deserve it. Everyone does. But you have to allow it. Derek, I appreciate you, honey. That ain't always been easy. I couldn't speak my truth for a very, 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 very long time. Out of fear, I wouldn't speak my truth because I didn't want my children to feel a certain way about their dad. And I didn't want other people to feel a certain way about him because everybody love him, everybody like him, everybody think he just great man that he ain't. He's not. Bottom line, he is not. And I'm not the only woman he's abused. From my understanding, he's abused every woman he's been with. Every single one. He was mean as shit to his mom. And I wouldn't have never known that if she didn't tell me the day before she died. That lady was in a coma for a long time. And when she woke up, baby, I was right there. I was the only one right there, me and her nurse. And we talked to that lady, and she told me, leave that man alone. He is not who you think he is. And I ain't listen. Matter of fact, about a month, 2 months later, I think it was about no, 3 months later, I think it was, after she passed, I found out I was pregnant. And my son was conceived the day she died. Imagine that. But yeah, I always respected that lady in spirit also, because she warned me, she told me, and I didn't listen. His family, some of them told me, I didn't listen. Amen to that. So when I tell y'all take accountability for what you allow, that's a perfect example of what I mean. Okay? Because I didn't listen. And I could have listened to this lady. I could have listened to her. But at the time, I didn't know, I wasn't how I am now spiritually. If I was how I am now spiritually, I would have listened to everything that lady said. Every single word. Because for you to be in a coma for as long as she was in a coma, and I think it was an induced coma or something like that. I can't remember. Y'all, it was 22 years ago. Almost. But and you come out and you having whole conversations with me and this nurse. I said, If I would have been how I am now, then, and she'd have told me what she told me, I wouldn't have said, I would have just dipped. Wouldn't have said nothing, wouldn't have never went back. And it was crazy because I ended up, that whole day, I remember because I used to live right around the corner from the hospital she was in. And so I would go up there to see her all the time. When she was in the hospital, I'd go up there to check on her because he was always gambling or doing something. So I would go check on her. And she's still in a coma. She's still not doing good. She's still this. She's still that. But when I went that day, something was just like, go see her. Go see her. Go see her. So I'm like, I'm going to go see her. I left school. I went to see her. She was woke. She was up. And I was like, oh, let me call him. Let me tell him his mama woke. He ain't come. He didn't come. Some of his other family came. I think that was that day. But yeah, she passed away after that. She passed away after that. If that was my sign right there. That was my sign right there. When people giving you information and they in a state like that, take heed. Take heed. Cause that mean their spirit is getting ready to be released. Take heed to what them people telling you. When people on their deathbed and they saying stuff and they giving you very specific information and they giving you guidance, and take heed. I'm telling you. Cause how I am now spiritually, if that lady would have said that to me then, if I was like that then, I would have listened to her. But I don't regret not listening to her. Not at all. It all created me to be who I am. It took me through some stuff. No, let's not excuse that. It took me through some stuff. It caused me to make some horrible choices. It caused me to make some horrible decisions out of fear, out of trying to run from somebody who wasn't going to let me run from them. I'm telling you, just listen, take heed, and do what you need to do. Create you a plan. If you in a situation like that, create you a plan to get away from it. Okay? Do what you got to do. And I'm very much aware that not always, the police won't always help you, because they did not help me. They didn't care. He had so many ties to so many people. It was so many crooked this and that, and them people didn't help me. The one police officer who was his friend made me let him back in the house. Told me, well, you're going to have to let him back in. Came to the door. I ain't call this man. I didn't call this man. He came to my front door and said, let him back in the house. You can't not let him in the house. And at that time, we wasn't even married. I'm telling you, you be careful who you deal with. Be mindful. Because these people have your life turned up, sideways, around, and every which way. Y'all, I'm about to go. It's 11:25. I got stuff to do. Hopefully these people finish. Jarrell, I got business to take care of. You being nosy? Where you going? What you doing? Where you going? What you doing? Yes, you guys. It was good seeing you guys too. I don't know. We didn't even get to the affirmation. You at work being nosy. What you eating? You talking about don't be gone long. Listen. I want to eat too, but I can't eat it. I want to eat some of that food I cooked last night, because, baby, I know it's going to be good. All that stuff done set and marinated together, and whew, I'm telling you, baby, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, y'all. I'm about to go for real. A club sandwich and some chips. Yeah, you gonna be lazy. You just need a little snack, a little nourishment. Just a little snack. Y'all be blessed. Nothing less. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining me and keeping it respectful in the chats. Okay? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for all the super chats and gifts and all of that. May you be blessed 1,000 times more. 1,000 times more. I'll see y'all later. Okay? Hit the notification bell. I'll be back later this evening, between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somewhere between 7:30 and 9:30 p.m. That's why I tell y'all to hit the notification bell, baby, because ain't no telling when I'm gonna be. Yeah. Okay. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever that is for you. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later. Don't forget to smile.